everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making Haitian Macaroni Gratin. So a really popular Haitian dish. I'm going to be showing y'all how I make it here at home. So all of the ingredients will be down in the description box as usual. So let's get right into this recipe. The first thing we are going to get started with here is putting a little bit of salt into our water, and we're going to bring this to a boil. Now we're going to get to chopping. So I don't prefer to put meat into my macaroni gratin. I actually prefer just my peppers and onions. So I make sure to have an assortment of orange, yellow, green, and red bell peppers, and I also crushed a couple of garlic cloves that I will also be chopping up. On top of these, I will also be dicing up one yellow onion as well. You can add more if you prefer more onions as opposed to peppers. It's really up to you. While I was chopping that up, my water did come to a boil, so I'm just pouring in 2 boxes of rigatoni pasta for this, and I'm just going to cook it with the directions on the box. Now we're gonna get started with creating our bechamel sauce. So I am just putting some olive oil into a pot, and I am going to throw those onions and peppers that we chopped up in there. We can't forget about our garlic. This is my preference. You can definitely leave this out. And I'm gonna mix this all together and let it cook for 1 to 2 minutes. And this is the secret ingredient right here that my mom put me onto when she was teaching me how to cook. This is Campbell's cream of chicken. You can also use cream of spinach as well. And this right here, y'all, is going to make your macaroni so creamy. It's so good. And I'm gonna let this cook down for a little bit before I add in my milk. So it's been about a minute or two, and I'm going to go in with my lait carnation, our carnation milk. This is going to loosen up the thickness of the Campbell soup, and it's going to give you a thinner consistency. And we're just going to keep mixing this together continuously so that we can have a nice smooth consistency and no chunks or anything like that. And this is the same can of milk that I was using before. I'm just using a little bit at a time to continue to thin out our sauce. And here I am going in with some sharp cheddar cheese. This is the brand that I'm using. As you can see, I am saving a little bit. Save as much as you need to make that crust at the top, and we are going to mix that cheese in a little bit. Now that that's integrated nicely, I'm going to go in with my next cheese, which is a mild white cheddar cheese. Use whichever cheese you prefer. This is just what I like in my macaroni when I'm making it. Again, I am saving some of that mild white cheddar cheese to make our crust, and then I just had some 4 Mexican cheese left over that I just threw in there, and I'm going to mix all of that together. And I am going to toss in that last bit of the evaporated milk that I had there, and that's just to continuously thin out our sauce. Okay, but I know y'all see this right here. This is what I want my macaroni to look like. If it don't look like this, I don't want it. Alright, we're gonna go in with our seasoning. I am throwing in some Matouks first to get us started. Mrs. Dash. This is like an all-purpose seasoning. You can use whichever you prefer. Some red pepper chili flakes. Of course, some oregano here. A little bit of cayenne pepper. Gonna throw in some thyme. And parsley for color. Gonna mix all of those seasonings together. No, but we're not done yet. I put in some more Mrs. Dash garlic powder now. Some black ground pepper. And a little bit of mayonnaise here. That's what you see me throwing in. And some clarified butter. You can use regular butter, but the ghee is what I had. And we're mixing all of that together. Of course, our signature taste test, and if you're good to go, then we're good to put in our macaroni. But this is optional. I'm putting in some ragu because I like when my macaroni has more of like an orangish color. That's just my preference, so that's why I throw that in there, and I'm mixing it in. I went ahead and let this simmer while I drained my pasta. This is my drained rigatoni pasta that I am throwing into this sauce, and my stove is still on medium heat, so I'm going to just mix that in the sauce. Make sure that from the jump y'all have a big enough pot for this so that none of your macaroni is sliding over. Now you can definitely eat it like this. It is delicious like this. I was starving, so I put some aside, and this is more like a macaroni salad, I guess, but this is not macaroni gratin. We need to bake it, so let's get it into a pan and into the oven. Okay, I'm gonna grease my pan really quick to get us started, and I'm going to pour the macaroni that we had on the stovetop into this pan. And what I'm doing here is just smoothing this out so it's a little bit more even. And we are going to go in with that leftover cheese we had. I only put a little bit on here. If you want a cheesier crust, definitely save more of that cheese or have another pack ready to go so that you can toss that over. Now it is ready for the oven. These are the settings that I baked it on. I put it for 45 minutes. And I will be baking this at 385 degrees here. Here is the finished product of my Haitian Macaroni Gratin. Isn't she beautiful, y'all? Such a nice, delicious crust and such a juicy filling as well. Super creamy, super delicious. If you try this recipe out, make sure to tag me in my socials on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at As Told by Brandy, and let me know what cooking videos y'all want to see me do next. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen today, y'all. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see y'all next time.